Most people live their entire lives at level 1, going to the gym, running marathons, and still having almost zero awareness of what's actually happening inside their own body. Body awareness is a trainable skill with 6 measurable levels, and the gap between level 3 and level 6 is the difference between your body working for you and your body working against you for decades. Body awareness isn't one thing. It's 4 separate systems your brain runs simultaneously: proprioception, interoception, kinesthesia, and exteroception. Level 1 is where most adults live. And you don't get here by being lazy. You get here by default, because modern life removes almost every sensory challenge that keeps your body awareness systems sharp. Cushioned shoes eliminate 80% of proprioceptive input your feet would normally receive. Office chairs remove postural challenge. Flat environments give your kinesthetic system nothing novel to process, and your brain prunes the pathways it doesn't use. Falls are the #1 cause of injury death in adults over 65. 36,000 Americans die each year, costing $50 billion annually. And declining proprioception is a primary contributing factor. The decline starts in your 30s. Level 2 begins when you start paying attention to what your body is doing while you move. Not just exercising, but genuinely noticing. Physical therapy, a yoga class, a coach pointing out you've been hiking your shoulder for 6 months. At level 2, you can only track one system at a time. Focus on your foot position during a squat and you miss what your lower back is doing, and stress builds for hours before you catch it. Level 3 is where most serious athletes live, and their proprioception within trained movement patterns is genuinely excellent. A powerlifter feels exactly when their lower back rounds. A dancer knows precisely when their center shifts too far forward. But the moment you put a level 3 athlete in a novel position, an unexpected step off a curb, a fall they didn't anticipate, their body awareness suddenly drops toward level 1. The automatic correction only works in familiar terrain. The interoceptive gap is enormous at level 3. Most athletes push through fatigue signals their body is screaming, confuse pre-competition anxiety for readiness, and ignore early illness signals until they become injuries. Level 4 is where body awareness becomes transferable. A level 4 athlete picks up a new sport in half the time because their proprioception is generalized, not locked to specific movement patterns. Proprioceptive training produces a 38% reduction in ankle sprains. And at level 4, the interoceptive shift is equally powerful, knowing when you're genuinely recovered versus fooling yourself, and using breath pattern as a real-time arousal gauge. Level 5 is where the research gets strange. Elite athletes don't just react faster. They predict body position more accurately before sensory feedback even arrives. The brain's predictive model has become accurate enough to generate corrections before the error signal completes. Level 6 is somatic integration. Body awareness so thoroughly internalized that monitoring your state requires zero deliberate effort. This is the neural state where elite performers describe their best work happening, and where the body itself becomes the light source.